Hey everyone, welcome back to RidingNZ. We're not on the usual suspects today, although I did sneak out for a little favourite ride, so no KTM and no GS. But we are hitting this favourite little bit of road, which is an interesting point of comparison to see how the bikes go through. It feels like a perfect day, although it did rain a little. But this time it's all about the VMAX and the awesome folks that we're about to meet up with. And here's how our story starts. And using the power of the interweb, I was able to find out that there were more like-minded people who liked VMAXs in other countries that we happened to be just about to go and visit. So we made a few calls and got our people to get in touch with their people, and this is what we pulled together. Hang about.
Well, this is a little bit of deja vu. Back in the lounge where you have your coldies before you get on the plane. But this time, instead of looking at MotoGP, I'm going to check out egg sandwiches. And I brought a buddy with me for moral support.
You told me we were going to the motorbike shop and looking at accessories.
Oh yes, and some of that.
And the egg sandwich thing is actually true, although we did have some proper meals and as proper coffee as you can get when you're visiting Japan. And one of the things to stand out at the accessory shops was, yes, we have it. Here it is. Pay now. Thank you. Come again.
Nankai, and they have a two-story building on that side of bike parts. And then this building is, I think, 3 or 4 stories of goodies, and then at the bottom here, don't point.
Yes, pointing is rude, but you can hire these bikes just for 3 or 4 hours. Go for a hoon round the city. To make things easy for us, we had ex-famous boy band number 6 with us as our personal driver. Now, for a large modern city with nearly 8 million people in it, the traffic seems really easy to get around. Maybe because we're in a Prius. Now, a lot of the houses and apartments in Japan are pretty modest in size, but this one, massive, and just for one dude. A hard case. I mean, when they splurge, they splurge. Well, it's been a few bikes since I've had a Kawasaki, but when you see a row of Z900 RSs and they are fruited up to the max, I'm talking every accessory you could think of done in a different way on every one of these bikes. No two are identical. And some of the upgrades, the likes of gale speed rims, full exhausts, just changing the radiator to the custom paint jobs is pretty incredible. So just soak some of this in. Now, I know we all came here for the VMAXs, but there were a few other things we had to get through, such as the old Kawasaki that's made by Boeing. Oh no, I got that round the other way. Now, we found Aaron Slight's bike, and an old KR500. Isn't that just a piece of wood? And lastly, before we catch up with those guys, we had to look at the city, and we got followed by this fellow, weirdo. Big city, but very clean. Nice. Enjoyed it.
Here we are in the RS Taichi store, which has every conceivable safety item and goodie that you might need for riding your motorcycle, including these puppies. Look at that.
Not enough additional luggage for all the stuff we would want.
Righty, so we've just arrived at RS Taichi. They are just opening. A lot of shops here only open at 10 o'clock. Right next door is a Love Hotel for some action. And there's a lot of space. But if you want to have a cigarette...
Can't step outside the bounds, but within there you can smoke whatever you like, whenever you like.
And there's your rubbish binny. don't set fire to the leaves. So here we go.
Well, I do like a nice row of VMAXs, and pretty much all of these are Gen 1, although a couple of 1700s turned up, and do have a keen eye for those. And here's one as we speak. Ba-ching. And this bike at the end, this one gets ridden. I mean, it's a bit hard to see with the tyre there, but it is fragged.
Okay, so the leader of the VMAX club has just turned up on this amazing looking chopper that he keeps in his house. We've just been told that he keeps this inside, and he built this himself, everything. It is just the most wild looking thing.
He added suspension. He added suspension.
I think I've ever seen. Suspension has just been added. It was a rigid frame. That is just... Okay, so since the last video we've just had some more turn up.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And now this is a VMAX that clearly gets pedalled, because I've not seen tyres, apart from big ones, that get fragged like these do. Yeah, so clearly the roads over here are quite good.
This out.
Small children and Datsuns, stay away.
And now for something completely different. Anyway, enough of that shit. So back to the VMAXs.
Now we're getting ready to go up to a cafe.
ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。
Now, Cafe Challenger is where we met up again to have something to eat. Of course, they had their Challenger out front, which we just happened to use as a prop to line up some VMAXs from. Get some.
Right, now these are a bunch of really modest guys. They're not showy at all, but this is what they're into. Look at that. They just love it.
So the food at Cafe Challenger was decent, and that got a thumbs up from most of the crowd. One of the guys couldn't make it because he had to zip off, so he wasn't there for the last photo, which is unfortunate. But hey, a big thanks to everyone who made it. You made such a great day. Nailed that, Sammy. And that's what turned out to be Osaka 2025. Thanks for making it this fun. Here's a little bit of Transformers. The good sort. You're not in Guatemala anymore, Dr. Ropada.